What is going on, CEI, Camber Energy? Let's talk about it. Let's see what we're looking at. Let's see if there's a play here or if there's not a play here. Obviously, the reverse split went into action. Some of you guys are probably wondering what's going on. Where am I going to go from here? I tell you what, this is ultimately my watch. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I want to see happen. Right now, it is at a point of interest to me. So why is it at a point of interest? It's either going to break out or it's going to break down. A lot of times these reverse splits do not work out in our favor, unfortunately, but let's see what happens. So this is what I'm watching very closely, is ultimately this line here that we have as a breakout and what it's going to do. So you're sitting at $3.85 as of close of market, which is at a breakout or breakdown point, which I think makes sense. You have a trend line coming up, you have a trend line coming down over your head. Which way is it going to break? I don't know. But you're at a risk to reward point. So I would be having a tight stop loss somewhere around $3.74.70, somewhere in that area. 370 to 374. I would be watching to see if this trend line is going to hold you as support as far as going to the upside. You're also playing a decent fib line here at $3.94, so you're not too far below there. Could really honestly go either way. Your buying volume seems to be okay. The RSIs on the 30-minute are a little low for my liking as far as the longer time frames go. All of the longer time frames, the 4 hours at 50.73. So you really need to see these shorter time frames turn around, and they have to turn around right now. As of what we're looking at, there's nothing indicating that it's going to happen, and we just need to see it happen. There's no way to sugarcoat it or whatever. So what are you looking for in the very near immediate future? So as far as pre-market, $3.79. Like I said, down here you're watching very closely. Let's call it 372. I really like that support line. If 372 to 374 holds, you want to see that breakout, and that breakout's going to be somewhere in the $3 to 89 to 381. So 381 to 389. You want to see a breakout, a retest, and what it's going to do from there. That's probably going to solidify whether you are going to ride the trend line to the upside or if you are going to continue to bang your head off of this trend line. With reverse splits, we know shorts like to come in. They like to come in heavy. Why not? Why wouldn't they? They now have a very decent price point to come in and be able to short it down some more. So you're watching that closely. As far as the short interest goes, I'm not seeing a whole lot. This could be skewed based upon the reverse. Maybe we're almost halving this as opposed to what it's showing right now, but it's showing 5.6% and 42.56 million. So if we double that, that's what, 12%, which is not at a great deal of short interest as far as your stock goes, but at least it's better than 5.6. Cost to borrow average is not available on Ortex, and it's saying the utilization is not maxed out, but these are estimates, and I think these are skewed based upon what you have as far as your new float goes. So those could change for you. I'd keep a close eye as to what's actually going to happen here, and I would keep very tight stops. I know it's not ideal. You split to around $5. You're coming down to $1.50 loss. You have a lot of less shares in your account, but it's a time that the shorts really try to or like to pile in. So keep a close eye on how this trend line goes. This is probably your best area to see which way it's going to go. I can't guarantee you which way it's going to go, but I think this is the point where if I was in CEI, I traded CEI several times. I got out before the split went down because I don't like to be involved in splits, and this would be my decision area if I was still in the play. So I'm just checking in with you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I don't know, but I'm just showing you my point of interest as far as, continuing on if I want to get back in or if I want to wait. So that's where we are as far as that goes. I mean, it could be an interesting play. We know energy overall probably should be making a little bit of a rebound. Looking at what we have on the volume profiles, if you drop below 372, it's going to be a pretty quick drop to $3.28. If you can get over $4.55, you're going to have a pretty quick climb to almost the $5 range. So you have a decent risk to reward. You have a pretty decent area to know whether you want to stay in the play or maybe if you should just, bow out for now and see what happens. I can't tell you what to do. You have to make that decision on your own. I'm just saying, if as far as the technicals go, as far as looking at it as an outsider and trying to decide what to do, I would say that you are within sense of being able to make the best decision that you probably will be able to make. Just because you get out of a play doesn't mean that you can't get back into a play if you see the strength come back in and if you see what you're looking for take over. If you bowed out here and you see it climb back above your trend line that you draw up on your charts, then obviously you can get back in, make up those losses. But don't be the one that sits there holding as they drive you back into the dirt if that's what the shorts want to do. We never know what the shorts are going to do, but we know through statistics and historically through reverse splits what happens to a stock value whenever that happens. If they're reverse splitting to remain compliant with NASDAQ or whatever, there's obviously a reason that they had to do that reverse split or how they're remaining compliant, because people weren't interested at the stock at that price. And now you have to decide, are they going to be interested at this price? So if you are in CEI, just keep these numbers in mind. I mean, we do have decent numbers. We have $3.72, $3.50 going to be psychological. Work your way back up to that psychological $4.50, which takes you to $5, which takes you to $5.50. Watch how you are moving between these channels. If you start losing these channels or losing these trend lines, you know which way it's going. If you start eating through these channels to the upside and keeping this trend line, you know which way it's going. First sign of weakness, I would be very cautious. You never know what's going to happen, but you can always re-enter. So if you see green in your account at $5 and you know people are probably going to sell out there, that's a psychological level. So some will sell, some will buy, but see how it's moving. If it moves through 5, you watch it to 550. Just keep an eye on it. You can trade it in these channels and flip your money, 50 cents at a time, $1 at a time, whatever it takes. And you don't have to watch it go to 10, 20, 50, whatever dollars. You just flip it and flip it and flip it. So I would watch it closely. But I appreciate you guys coming back. I understand I'm not your normal CEI guy, but technicals say keep a close eye on what happens right here. I will catch you guys in the next one. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.